boys and girls, children of all ages. Of course, I'm your favorite random man, Future King of YouTube, Terrence Woods in the building today, and how you guys doing? So, I'm doing this video now because PlayStation, Sony had his reveal of the new console, because everybody had put so many funny memes about it, which is really hilarious. But we also see some of the games that's coming up. We're talking like Spider-Man, Miles Morales. Of course, we got Resident Evil 8: The Village, which is I say which way too many times, which is today's topic, guys. So this may be a long one because I'm going to be talking about this because as we all know, Resident Evil 3 was remake was a success. It was good, and since the next thing on the docket for the remake is going to remake 4, which I think they shouldn't do, but we're gonna say that till we get to the discussion part of this video. So guys, here we are. We're gonna look at Resident Evil 8: The Village, or just Resident Evil 8, however you want to call it. And I saw the trailer, but I want you guys to see my reaction for it because I had a lot to say. Because me, Max, he's part of the GOG, the Gentleman of the Games. Me and Max are avid Resident Evil fans. We love Resident Evil, and we really had a good discussion. Just little disagreements here and there, but I'm gonna get to that later because I don't ramble on long enough. Let me stop the talking and let's get to the watching. Okay, the RE engine. His story comes to a close. So is this what? So this is the end of Ethan's story? Okay.
Long ago, a young girl went with her mother to pick berries for her father, who was hard.
Oh, okay. All right, I want to stop it right here because I noticed you're using a flashlight. I don't think we had a flashlight in the in Resident Evil 7. But it said his story comes. So it's obviously they're talking about Ethan.
The bush is empty. Yet determined to find the berries, the rascal broke free of Mother's grasp and vanished into the trees. Mother's worried cries faded fast.
Those some nasty potatoes.
Over vine, under branch, and into the forest deep.
What is it with that creepy story?
It's just a local tale.
A local tale.
You're really into that stuff?
Okay, I'm sorry. Who is that? Mia? I want to say that's Mia. I had to pause and say I want to know if that was Mia telling that story because that's what it feels like.
Quit being so paranoid.
Ethan has all right to be paranoid. Oh!
No, friendly.
Okay, wait. How do I keep pausing in the middle of this stuff? But how did he dodge that shotgun blast? I just want to know. How did he dodge it?
Who are you? Who sent you? What's going on? They're coming. Who is?
Oh. Okay. I want to go back to the one scene where the creature runs by the window. Now, I'm saving stuff. I'm gonna save it for the discussion part. But that looked like a werewolf. That shouting speaker to me, but I looked like a werewolf. What's that symbol? Okay. It's definitely a after rewatching this here, just by looking at some of these earlier images, it definitely and I heard rumors about it. It's supposed to take like a more of a gothic tone, I should say, and so what I'm thinking, I mean, it's like 'cause I know they're going for a more gore fest with this Resident Evil, but okay, little gothy. Like. That was like goat, like the goat from the movie called The Witch. I can't remember the goat's name, but I don't know what that brought that to me. Okay. Ooh, these could be. Okay. Wait, who's the girl? What? Okay, this is a lot, so I need to look at it. I'm gonna go back and look at it too.
Chris?
Resident 8, The Village.
Sorry, Ethan. Why?
Okay. Alright. There's a couple things I want to look back at it before I continue on, because that girl, I gotta play back. I'm playing back. But whoever this girl is, for a minute, I thought it was Claire. But I could be 110% wrong with that. Time playing before going on, but who is this guy right here with the smiley face and the glasses? Who is this guy? I just want to know who was it. I just want to know personally. But going back to the topic of Resident Evil 7, guys, you haven't seen my Let's Play yet, but go ahead. I'll probably put a link in the description box below, or I'm gonna put it somewhere up here where I'm talking about Resident Evil 7. You know, I enjoy Resident Evil 7. To me, it did have some low points for me. Like the variation, there should be like more variations of the villains, of the little monster, sludge monster, whatever monster they was called in Resident Evil 7. It could be a little bit more variety of monsters, and I do agree with that. Because you got one shield, one I guess a knife, one the regular one, your fat one, your crawly ones. To me, it wasn't that much. Ethan was not. Well, Ethan was a boy. I really didn't enjoy as a character. I really didn't enjoy Ethan, and I'm just being real with you guys. I did not really enjoy Ethan as a character. Even I enjoyed the end zone, but going like to Chris, I love the fact that they brought Chris Redfield back into the fold, but they went back to his RE5 and RE6. I mean, so yeah, RE5, RE6 version. I enjoy that. That's my favorite version of Chris Redfield. I enjoy it. Like I said, those Chris Redfield to me is hands down one of the top tier Resident Evil characters. I love Chris Redfield. He's one of my favorites. I done said about my views of Chris Redfield, and eventually I'm gonna go into the CGI movies. I'm sorry, I am so sorry, but we're not really done with this video here yet, guys, because there's a lot more to talk about here. Because I do want to talk about, and I've been following this YouTuber for a while. His name is the Resident of Evil, and he pretty much talk about some of the plot points, or and also some of the monster and the characters that's in here. Because what I watched from watching this, I think he mentioned Mia. Of course, I mentioned Ethan. Sorry, mentioned Mia back, and I think they have a child. I can't remember per se, but that's the image. Because like one of the things that really got me upset, I'm gonna play this video in a minute. But one of the things that really got me upset was like, why is Chris shooting? Like Chris look like I like Chris better not be a bad guy. But I feel like the character of Chris kind of snapped a little bit. Because the one thing that me and Max, mainly Max, talks about is like that sometimes the characters don't have enough depth of what they went through. Because like, you know, what happened with Chris, he, I hope I'm saying it right. And he had PTSD in Resident Evil 6. Then he got a bit of a drinking problem, tried to forget everything. But what and it really didn't, I guess it really didn't go down a little bit deeper to that. When we get to Resident Evil 3, the 7 remake, we really see what Jill's going through, how somewhat mentally, I don't say mentally scarred, but it changed her. Like she's having nightmares about turning to a zombie. Her friends turned to a zombie and she had to kill them, or her friends killing her. So seeing Chris, I feel like it does make his character a bit deeper, but I'm still mad for not the hero. He's working with Umbrella, so because we saw some sides with Umbrella in there. So I don't know. So anyway, I know I kind of ramble on long enough about this. I want to play Resident Evil, and he's going to talk about he's going to talk about some of the characters and some of the plot points in here.
Guys, Jidge here, and it looks like we have a ton of new details on Resident Evil 8, along with everything we know so far. So with that being said, let's get right into it. Well, it looks like the Resident Evil 8 leaks just keep coming and coming. The game is scheduled for a 2021 release, according to these rumors, which means we will be seeing a reveal very shortly. I was expecting the Sony PlayStation conference that was postponed, so definitely keep an eye on that. I just want to let you guys know that if any of these leaks and rumors are true, then heavy spoilers ahead. All this news comes from our friends over at Biohazard Declassified, so if you'd like to go through and read any of this today, I'll leave a link down below in the description. Alright, let's get right into it. Alright, first up we have Exploring Occultism. Occultism will play a...
Now, he does mention cultism in this part. Because, like, pretty much, because we... and this is another thing that me and Matt both agree with here. They brought the cult back from Resident Evil 4, and again, you were in this forest area. It's more like you're going through a cave. You're going to a cave area, then you go into like a castle-like area. So it's it's somewhat of a rehash, I should say. So again, I know Max was really upset, and I partially agree with Max with that. But they could have took it somewhere else. Again, I'm just gonna keep playing.
Big part, but there is no magic. There is a cult that worships the abominations created from the new virus. At first, there are hints at something supernatural, but it is explained by the virus, which is in the air causing hallucinations from time to time. So, very much like Resident Evil 3.5. The antagonist. The main villain of the game is...
mentioned Resident Evil 3.5. Excuse me, got an ear there. I remember when they was working on Resident Evil 4, and it was supposed to be more so of a supernatural variety, but eventually they did scrap that. But so pretty much, so it's not supernatural. The virus is causing hallucinations. So again, so at least we're still dealing with some type of biohazard. I'm happy they're not going supernatural with it. So I'm okay with that. So I'm okay with that.
Man called Alan R. Mysterious count living in a castle.
I wonder if that's the smiley
he is the
guy.
Leader, or at least a high-ranking member of the Connections. Alan is also mentioned in an article published by Game Rant on May 15th. So you might remember the Connections from Resident Evil 7. Lucas was working for them. Also, the fact that this game is very gothic, it makes sense that there would be a count living in a castle. The secondary villain is Natalia, Alex Wesker. She was originally the main villain.
Okay, yeah, that's the one thing. Alex Wesker. From Revelations 2, if I'm saying it right. God, she just looks so pretty in that picture. Just look at her. Just look at her. Alex Wesker is coming back, and I hope that's true. You know, we didn't really see an image of her, but man, I enjoy Alex Wesker. Matter of fact, on Project Resistance, she's a I guess she's one of the villains you can pick. You know, those who know Project Resistance is a multiplayer type game. Not the best Resident Evil multiplayer, but it's a fun game nonetheless. So
anyways, this was still Revelations 3, but her role is rather small now. There are files hinting at Blue Umbrella is not as clean cut as they portray themselves to be. Go figure. New playable character, Emily. Parts of the game are played as a mountain resident. A woman
Umbrella.
in her 20s who
You've been lying to Chris.
She is looking for her father. Emily grew up in
You've been lying to the man.
Assist Ethan and later work with him to find her father and escape. I like that.
Oh, that's the pointy-haired lady. I wonder that's the one. Okay, so that's gotta be Emily. That's gotta be the new girl.
That sounds really cool. A new character that'll be joining. The flashlight will play a large role. You have a flashlight and the game is often pretty dark, forcing you to use it, akin to many other games that are in the same genre. The flashlight can run out of batteries, but slowly recharge by itself over time. Sounds like an interesting mechanic. The locations. Aside from the title, Village, stylized as Village Resident Evil 8, is set to explore other locations such as castles, caves, and forests. It will have larger focus on outdoor locations than the rest of the series. Here's where things get really good. The child of evil Chris Redfield, Mia and Ethan have a child. Due to their infections during Resident Evil 7, it is deformed and by all counts not a normal child. Make sense? They live a pretty lonely life in a remote place and try to hide their child. However, Chris Redfield breaks into Ethan's house, ending in the execution of Ethan's mutant child, followed by shooting Mia. Apparently, he is operating on his own, and that is not part of the official operation. When Ethan wakes up, Chris is gone. He did not leave Mia to die, but bandaged her. There are some shadowy figures in the room.
What?
Ethan is abducted there and wakes up in a village.
What?
That sounds really cool, and that would be why
Okay.
everybody's saying that Chris is
All
bad this
right.
time around. I don't think he's technically
So-
bad.
Oh, okay. So I made mention of that, and I talked about it a little bit earlier. So, Chris, as we all know, in Resident Evil 7, Chris is working with this new umbrella or blue umbrella, wherever it's called, and they're hiding. So maybe, because the woman Chris shot was Mia, and I was thinking that, but I wasn't sure. Or if I did say that, I don't remember. But that's really interesting, guys, because I feel like something, like I said, I feel like Chris kind of snapped. But again, the one thing that bothers me, and I said this in my Resident Evil 7 playthrough, why do you have Chris working with Umbrella? And it's like, one of my thoughts was like, Chris trying to keep an eye on Umbrella. Something happened to Chris. Something happened. So Chris ended up killing Mia and their deformed baby. So how did that baby get deformed anyway? See, and the one of the things is there's another video where the producers of Resident Evil 8, they talk about. I'm not gonna play it here. Well, I'm gonna get the video, send the link for y'all so you guys can watch it down below. But one of the things that really I'm scratching my head on, guys, is Chris working with Umbrella. I think that's the one thing that's nothing that really bothered me with 7. And now like I said, I'm happy they brought the Resident 5 version and the version of Resident 5 and 6 version of Chris back. I'm happy. I'm not been talking. Okay, I'm gonna say this right quick because I really have to wrap up soon. So my Resident Evil 6, yeah, it wasn't the best Resident Evil out there. I feel like some type of way it did kind of lose the mark, because the best campaign for me was Leon's campaign, and I enjoyed Leon's campaign because Leon's campaign always had me on the edge of my seat every single time I played it. The zombies was just so on point, and I loved it. Where, like I said, I'm a fan of Chris. I love Chris Redfield. Like I said, everything just really missed the marking for me. But another thing, I really hope they implicated, but probably not. But I'm hoping that we can switch in between first person and third person. I hope that, and I am going to touch on talking about the flashlight as well. Like it's kind of interesting how they're doing the flashlight. Kind of remind me a little bit of Outlast, where you're where you got to careful how well you use your camera, especially with your night vision, because you run out of battery, you in trouble. So at least the flashlight can recharge and stuff. So that's interesting. They're probably gonna be some type of build where you gotta build the flashlight battery life a little bit, so that way you stay on a little bit longer or quicker. So that's interesting take. Matter of fact, I'm gonna put this video with Resident Evil. I'm gonna put the rest of this video on here too, so you guys on the links in the description box below, so you guys can watch it for yourself. I'm excited for this game. It just, why Ethan and what's going on with Chris? So I'm like, but excited at the same time. So I can only wait till it actually comes out and we get more of an insight what's going on here. So also I want to give a quick shout out, get my phone right quick. Hold on, I want to check it. And Angela Kayvon, I hope I'm saying your name right. I read your comment. Me and you both talked a little while ago. I hope because you gave me some well decent advice, and I hope this is a little bit better than how I used to do my reaction videos. But anyways, guys, we're gonna end it right here. You're gonna see on the screen for #MeCoyIsKinship. That's one of my dreams. That's one of my goals. I think he's one of my favorite YouTubers. Make you like, subscribe, tell your friends about me. Come on the website. We do have those cookies, and please, I'm gonna say it again. Please, you guys stay random, and I'll see you all in the next video.